Hey everybody, welcome. Okay. Oh man, yes, yet another day, another stream. Hey Top Hat, hey Fern. Okay. Sorry, Minecraft has to load in. There we go. All right, so I believe, apart from some bits here that I haven't yet finished, this is probably the last bit of blue glass I've got to worry about doing. Though I am going to need a lot of blue glass yet still. So, how has everybody been? The second day of Spooky Month has begun. Again, I don't really have any plans for like Halloween or whatever. It's not going to be like last year where I actually had an event, like, and we were ready to go. I kind of wish we'd had Escape the Jackrooms 2 by now, but realistically, too many other things popped up. Oh well, you're on the road. Gotta start behind the lawnmower. That's unfortunate, man. I'm sorry to hear that. It's a big one, isn't it? Like one of those, I don't know, crop type harvesters, or I mean, it's a lawnmower, but it's like a giant industrial one, right? Not nearly spooky enough. I just tired of Roomba James releasing more updates that no one wants or cares for. I mean, the Copper Age is okay. I don't know who asked for it necessarily. Copper Golem's alright. But yeah, a lot of it does seem kind of superfluous. I agree. At a certain point, you just kind of get used to these things. Oh no, is Smart Place on? I bet it is. Yeah, okay, swap items, never. There we go. That way I can get ahead of where I'm going. Copper Golem will be useful for storage systems. Yes, that's the hope. I don't think it'll be too bad, but it will definitely be... It'll be an acclimation, you know, you gotta get used to whatever crazy stuff Mojang's putting out. I'm just waiting for that height increase. That's all I'm after at this point. I'm just jonesing for that end height increase. And possibly sideways stairs and slabs if they ever decide to, you know, change their minds. They did change their minds with the copper tools and such, so it's entirely plausible. We'll see. Spear is visually cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the spear. I kind of like the idea of a longer ranged weapon. That's like more specialty. It'll be funner to kill people with it if it's something they don't see. If it's something they don't see coming. Okay. All right. I think that does it. Blue glass is maybe, hopefully, possibly, done. Can you throw it? We don't know yet. It's just a spear you can hold out in front of you like a jousting lance. and you can hit into people. And when you hit into people, after it's significantly fast, it deals a lot of damage and can fucking kill people. If you're flying with your Elytra and you're going real quick, and then you hold out a spear and slam into someone, I'm going to assume you'll kill them. Although in our case on 2B, you'll probably just pop a totem, but hey, you know, it's an option. It's an option. I think spear, jousting / attacking in a rainstorm in the overworld is going to be a really big thing. You'll fly with your Elytra, you'll be zooming around with your trident, and you'll hold out your spear using a script, probably, and you'll slam into people and kill them. Something like that. That is the idea. We'll see how it goes. We don't have any updates or snapshot stuff to, like, play around with, so you can't really be sure how it'll go. But yeah, build height should be 512 in all dimensions. I like how you think, Misk. You are correct. Too bad Mojang doesn't quite want to dedicate themselves to 512. Space Valk 512? Oh my god. Oh, I would cream my pants if they did that. Alright guys, you get a height increase to 512 in all dimensions. And then we're changing the nether to increase to that height. Or maybe halfway to that height. I don't know. We're going to take advantage of all our options. Could you imagine if they did that? Like White Knuckle. I know I've harped about White Knuckle a lot, but White Knuckle does a vertical chunk. Because it's a climbing game, right? You're climbing a lot. There are vertical chunk systems to handle, you know, all the things you go and do and see and so on. Why can't they adopt a vertical chunk system? You know? That just makes sense, right? Kamikaze attack, yep. How about 1,000? Even number. 512's a more even number than that. Because it's a perfect square. If you want over 1,000, then it would have to be 1,024? Yeah, because it's double 512. So yeah, if that's what you're after, I agree. But it would need to be... Well, actually, I don't know. Does it need to be a perfect square? Or the results of a perfect square? I'm not sure. 1024 would be even better. But I'm not holding my breath. I think 512 is a somewhat manageable height for the game to eventually increase to. Somewhat manageable being the key phrase there. I think there is a chance. It's an extremely remote chance, but oh my god, it'd be so cool. 512 in all dimensions would be killer. I'm genuinely uncertain as to what I would even do with that. Oh my god, 512 in all dimensions is a wet dream. That's like saying, hey, I'm going to give you $1 million for no reason. Here you go. And you don't got to pay taxes on it. You don't got to do nothing. You just, here's your million. Like, that is the equivalent of getting an end height increase and an overworld increase, and everybody's on the same page now. Like, the only way that could get better is with sideways stairs and slabs. If they were to be so kind as to add that. Ow. I'm not holding out too much hope, but, you know. I can dream, right? Something like a respawn anchor in the end would also do wonders. Yeah, I'd like that too. I think if they did any kind of end update, any kind of change to the place, a respawn anchor of some sort would absolutely be a mandatory addition. I'm firmly of the opinion that you can't really have one without the other, you know? I mean, you could, but you shouldn't. They should definitely add a respawn anchor of some sort. Didn't think about it squared? Yeah. Every height increase has been a multiple of 64. What the fuck? Anything that we get has, in some ways, ties to, you know, however the number system works. Like, I don't think there's an absolute hard rule that any height change must be a multiple of 64. I think there is just a nerdy favor for having perfect squares be involved. You know? People love round numbers, but programmers love perfect squares even more. Probably because they're a little easier to deal with coding-wise. There's probably a coding reason for it, if I had to guess. I don't really know. It may be completely pointless, and in that it is a distinction without a difference, you know? It may not have any real impact whatsoever. I couldn't tell you. All I know is I want what I want. 512, 1024, I'm good with any of that. Any of those increases would be wonderful. Any sort of increase would be great, honestly. I'm always hoping for bigger and better. But no, 512, oh my god. What would I even do to, like, make Space Falcon? Because, like, if they up the height to 512, and let's say, you know, like, who said that first? Misk. Like Misk said, right? 512 in all dimensions. I would have to go back to the drawing board with Space Falcon 5 and completely redesign the whole thing. I would still basically do what I'm doing, but I'd have to scale it all up, is what I'm saying. It couldn't stay 384. I'd have to embrace the new 512. And I, for one, welcome our new 512 overlords. Enderman variants would be cool. Yeah, that actually should happen. Unironically, an Enderman variant, or multiple Enderman variants, really, would go a long way. Because, like, think about how much variance there is inside of a species, right? Every species has an amount of variance. It kind of doesn't make sense that Endermen are all exactly the same. Like, even chickens and cows got variants very recently. I think Enderman getting a variant of some kind, just an aesthetic change, not even like a behavioral change, just an aesthetic change would go a long way. Something like Enderman with green eyes, Enderman with slightly shorter arms, Enderman with, you know, randomized height, stuff like that. I think there should be an amount of tinkering with Enderman physiology. Oh shit, there ain't a hole there. Oh well. And maybe even a shulker variant or two. And again, these are just aesthetic changes. These don't have to be behavioral differences. I don't know. How's it out in the ends? What do you mean? No shulker slander will be tolerated? What the fuck is a shulker? Yeah, I get what you mean. That's a good question. I don't know if its name is like a portmanteau of something. Shulker would be... I don't know. I couldn't tell you, man. It's a unique enough mob. You know, I'll give them that. They did at least make a relatively interesting creature, right? The shulker is not... It's not a cow. It's not a pig. It's not like regular animal stuff, you know? Its biology is entirely different. It's unique. It's interesting. Yeah, I like it. It's an option. I don't know how else to put that. But that I'm genuinely uncertain as to what the critter itself is. And that's a good question, Top Hat. I wish I could tell you. When I was playing White Knuckle the other day, there were these giant, in the Hanging Gardens area, these giant shrimp-like things called shrails. And I didn't learn they were called shrails until yesterday. Because the word shrail is a portmanteau of shrimp and whale. So there's these giant shrimp-like creatures that are also whale-like in behavior. And they float around in the sky. And they're acting as mobile platforms, basically. And they do a good job. You know. It's to help you escape and traverse the abyss, which is not an easy place to run around in, as you can probably imagine. And so, yeah, like the portmanteau aspect of taking X thing and Y thing and then just merging the two, like, yeah, there's some potential there. So if we can have shrails in White Knuckle, what on earth is a shulker? Like, that's got to be a portmanteau of something too, right? Yeah, I think. It feels like it could be, or should be. I thought it flew to Space Valk 3? What do you mean? Why a shulker is in the end and not why a chicken appeared on the stream a minute ago? Well, because East Alpha dumped a bunch of eggs on stream like 2 weeks ago. Oh, hey, chicken. Hi. No, that's why that's here. But no, what is a shulker, really? Like, I don't know. It's just some critter that lives in the end. I don't have any better of an answer than that. Oh, we didn't need the, didn't need the box of black dye. Oh, good. We do have a little bit of blue dye left. I do want... Where are we at? I do want, like, another shulker of blue glass, just on the off chance we need more. There we go. Also, welcome, Arthur. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do glass panes for that one area. I've been not looking forward to that. There's our thing of that. There we go. Maybe shulkers are mutant chickens that entered Space Valk 3's reactor. Sure, yeah, that makes sense. Sure, yeah, of course. Yeah, how silly of us to have not assumed something like that. Right. No, I think shulkers are just some odd native wildlife that you find in end cities because they're attracted to end cities for some reason. Why? I don't know. I don't think there's a rhyme or a reason to them yet. I think there could be. It's more magenta glass. There we are. I'm of the opinion they could totally give a relatively convincing answer to the what is a shulker question. It's a box creature. You know, it's a creature shaped like a box or like a clam almost. Kinda. It has what's something that's the most important facet of it? It's shell, right? Maybe they're like hermit crabs in that they find these excess box things or whatever they are, and then they wear them, much like a hermit crab would. Nah, I don't think that's a good enough explanation. Looked it up as a portmanteau shell lurker. Huh. Okay. Shell lurker. I could see that. A shelled lurker. Although, if you're going to go shelled lurker, shulker isn't what I would call a good portmanteau, but sure. I don't know. It's a bit odd. Whatever. That still doesn't fully answer the question, sadly. But, like, I get it. That's the best they could come up with. Fair enough. But I still would like a variant or two. You know, one with maybe, like, a chipped shell. One with a different shaped head, maybe. Some method of producing different types of bullets, perhaps. Uh-oh. I think it could work if they did it right. Okay, I think I got all of that. Native to the box castle. Sure. Everything is native to the box castle with you, isn't it? Alrighty. I'm looking for any more of these pillar things. They're supposed to be... Oh my god, he did so much! All the jungle leaves. It's so beautiful. You know, I kind of like it with all the gaps. There was supposed to be a ton of azalea leaves interspersed, you know, flowering azalea leaves. I kind of like it with the gaps. It makes it seem less... I don't know, less perfect, less sculpted, less... I don't want to say less maintained, but like less... It's more natural. It's a little more organic looking with the leaves having gaps in them instead of being perfectly smooth, molded. You know, like that, that topiary there is literally perfectly smooth when you put in all the azalea leaves that are supposed to be... You know, and there, and there, and there. Like, that makes it so much more... Like, especially for this topiary right here, that makes it look so much more live. You know? I kind of like that. I mean, we don't have all the leaves we need, but, you know, we're getting there. Yeah, probably more. Need a few more. Shellcrawlers are close to the hermit crab because hermit crabs spit water as a defense against predators, similar to the floating orbs that the shellcrawlers will spit. Yeah, I gotta wonder if that's not an inspired or a source of inspiration for why shulkers act the way that they do. Aha. Yeah, we'll see. Theories point to the fact that the end was once underwater. That's why Endermen are afraid of it, and shulker shells and boats in the end city. Really? How have I never heard of that theory before now? That's a good theory, actually. Wait. Huh. Oh, hey, Limitless Chicken. Sorry, I just saw your message just now. I could use, or rather, the leaves, jungle leaves. Those could do with a lot of doing. My next glass after this is I've got the magenta stained glass panes in the farm area, and I can handle that. Yeah, it really is just doing all the topiaries and the remaining quartz. And then there's a lot of bits and bobs in the dirt mansion. We'll have to handle that, you know, as we come to it, I guess. Yeah, I think that'll do. I love this printer, it's so good. Giant water cube in space, yeah. If the whole world was waterlogged, or the whole of the end was waterlogged, you know. How far out is this, Loy J, or Loy Jimmick, however you say your name? It's far out enough, you know, and it got as far as it could get. It's entirely due to a certain group of people having made it possible for the rest of us to get here. But I won't say any more than that. Is it me, or do crafting tables take way too long to break by hand? At the end, the planet Earth is also a water ball floating in space. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's why the end being some sort of watery dimension makes a modicum of sense. Damn it. I don't expect it to be 100% confirmed or anything. You know how Mojang likes to leave details just sort of dangling. But I could see the end dimension being watery or whatever. Once upon a time. Though it would make sense for some behaviors, what doesn't make sense is why it's a void dimension now. Right? What happened to the Earth? What happened to the ground? Why are there only small islands scattered here and there now? Like, obviously some sort of a cataclysm had to have happened then. Come on, jump up there. There we go. Okay, got it all. Oh, son of a bitch. Here we go. Bruh. What are you broing about? Yeah, it's between 0 and 30 mil. Right. It's a number of end gateways away from spawn. Is this Space Valk 3 recon? It might just be. Ender Dragon came by, an apocalypse happened, Endermen are aliens. Oh, Yeah, I guess that could fit. That isn't a bad, you know, whatever you would call it. That isn't a bad little play-by-play of events that could have happened in the distant past. Who knows? Where did the Ender Dragon come from? Yeah, that's another good point. These are actual questions that could be, should they decide to answer them, they could be really compelling. We know they won't because, as I said, they don't want to have any, like, concrete historical details in the game. They like the ambiguity of, you make up your own story, you have your own adventure. And I guess I get that. I don't know that I 100% agree with that. But then I don't know. Maybe that's something people have more of a fondness for than I do. Maybe it would be maybe it'd be wrong to take that from them. Come on, get on the plane. There we go. You read the end poem and it shows? No, nobody reads the end poem, sorry. Should we? Is it actually, like, worth it? I haven't had the end poem flash in my face since I can't even recall when. Especially lately, I usually just kill myself to get out of the end. I don't travel all the way back to spawn and then hop in the exit portal. I mean, I could, but I don't wanna. React to it? Maybe I should, I don't know. Hello, End Killer. Or Ender Kill, rather. Did you end Portal TP? I don't know what you're talking about. End Portal TP. Why would the end portal have toilet paper on it? What are you talking about? What? Get a load of this guy. He thinks he's smart. Ooh, actually, I could use those sea lanterns. React to it in single player. Yeah, I guess I could. I don't know. I don't know that I care. I don't know that I care enough. Yeah, I could just look it up. Yeah. I remember hearing about the end poem way back when it first came out, and that a lot of people said that it was very sort of try-hard and artsy-fartsy. It was trying to not, like, be anything? You know what I mean? Like, it was just sort of being mystical and esoteric and all this shit without really being anything. Like, it was just so up its own ass. Here we go. I don't know. I've gone this long without really paying attention to the end poem. I think I can continue to go that, you know, much longer without paying as much attention to it. End poem, schmend poem. Who cares? It could be a good video. You're true. You're right. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe if I'm hurting for ideas one day. Never had the patience to read the end poem and ended up Googling what it says recently? Oh, okay. Whatever. The end was just an asteroid belt. Yeah, it does have a sort of asteroid belt look to it. Maybe I should. There we go. There we go. Asteroid belt makes sense. Yeah, I thought so. Though those rings are an accident, and I do believe they're patched. They're patched on 2B2T, and I think they're going to get patched in-game. Though we'll see if that ends up being the case or not. I don't think they were intended. I don't think. Maybe I should make some slow fall potions. Now that I think about it, maybe I should be using them. They'd be helpful. Okay, well, I think I've gotten all of these towers. These are supposed to be like energy exchange towers or some shit. I forget what I was calling them originally. I just used the design because it looked cool. Huh. I think I've gone in a complete circle now. Well, oh, nope, I missed one. I knew it. I was just about to say, if it ends up coming out that I have 1 or 2 spots missing that I gotta go back and fix, you know, we'll just fix it in post. What the fuck is this? You're a mad lad. It wasn't entirely my idea to remake this, so I don't want all the credit, Preston. But yeah, we're definitely doing this. Everything's going well on here, I'd say, though. Yeah, this is 2B. Space Valk 3, you were correct. I remember you, Preston. You were here during a lot of the older Space Valk 3 streams, weren't you? I recall your name. And so now it is coming to be 2B, 2T. Oh, this is an area that could be finished, I think, or that I could do some work on. What the fuck? What? Oh, these were glass panes too. Of course. Okay, well, hey, that's, yet more stuff that I've noticed needs doing. Throw that there for right now. Six, seven. Okay, so I need to get rid of one stack. There we go. Why did I make these glass panes? There we go. No, I was there for a lot of the Blackstone base. I always forgot the name with Escape the Jackrooms too. Well, weren't you here a long time ago as well? I could have sworn you were. Am I just, like, dreaming? I could have sworn you were around way back when. Maybe I am tripping. Well, if I'm tripping, that's just how it is. Sorry, Preston, if I've mistaken you for somebody else. Pretty sure paper patches because they're a world gen bug, yeah. Paper optimizes everything, even the fun. Yeah. Sad but true. Definitely not. I've only been active in 2B since January of this year. Shit. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely tripping. You were not who I thought you were, I guess. Oh well, whatever. Nobody's perfect. They were an accident? Yeah. It was a world gen bug. And so, yeah, inevitably, as Bob Ross said, there are no accidents, only happy little accidents. No mistakes, only happy little accidents. My bad. And, well, I kind of find that to be true. Like, the asteroid belts were just a happy accident. Like, or rather, the ring system was a happy accident. Like, it fits. I'd say put it in the game as a, you know, hey, Red Scope. I'd say put it in the game as an actual thing, you know? In my opinion, it would fit. It would make sense to have that be a facet of the end dimension. Can you fly the entire length of the outer rings? Or rather, one of the outer rings. It's a long way. Okay. What the fuck is your stream delay? What do you mean? Do you mean the time I'm streaming at? Like, I know I've streamed later today than I'd normally. Sorry about that. I just had a very late start today. Today and yesterday I've been dragging hard. I don't know why. What about the stream delay? What do you mean? It was so fast. I said something and you oh yeah, no. The stream delay's always been low. Like, that's something where I try to be as on the ball as I can, but 99% of the time I'm so focused, I'm not reading chat. Like, I'm sorry, I'm just not. I should, but I know I'm just not. I'm trying to make something, you know. I'm trying to have something to show for my effort. I'm busy trying to create or do or whatever the task in front of me is. And oftentimes I'm not able to be Johnny on the spot. I wish I had two heads. One head to monitor chat, the other to monitor the game. And then two brains to process both. So that I wouldn't get tongue-tied. Man, if only I had a conjoined twin who shared an entire body with me save another head. They could have their head do one thing and I could have the head do the other. Crazy. Okay, that is one full revolution that I can find. I don't think there are any more of these blue glass towers. I could be wrong. If I miss one, let me know. Oh my god, I'm so happy this place has come so far. Like, I'm just shocked. I genuinely don't know what to say at this point. Except for thank you guys. To those who have helped so much. Like, seriously, thank you guys. Okay, so now comes the annoying bit of placing more purple and magenta stained glass panes everywhere. So I gotta get as much intricate detail as I can. Oh, I'm going to need a lot of magenta panes. Okay, I think doing it in a sort of one pass, first pass, second pass kind of scenario would work. Though it's hard to know for sure. Oh, good afternoon, Grindlord. Welcome. No worries, I think everybody understands. Yeah. I'm just sort of laser focused. Only several chatters talking at a time. Yeah, that's best, in my opinion, when there's only like 4 or 5 people openly saying anything in the YouTube chat at one time. Like, if there are 12 or 15 people actually talking, that's fine. Just doing so in waves is more handy, more manageable. Let us feel like I live in most of Andy Griffith's small-ass town. Well, in all honesty, that's probably for the best, dude. You probably don't want to live in a non-Andy Griffith town. A small-ass town that is always something you can count on, I guess. I don't know. there's a nice factor to that. You get a lot of benefit mentally from being in a place like that. I think a lot of people would do better in a small town mentally. Even though a lot of people look down on small towns and the like. Looks so good? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Do I use Linux? No. I gotta find, speaking of not using Linux, since I'm a Windows bitch, I gotta find a fix for the Windows 10 stuff, probably today or tomorrow. I gotta get my ass in gear and unfuck whatever it is they're about to do. They're trying to make me an offer I can't refuse. Best solution for any Windows problem is Linux. Yeah, that is the go-to thing, isn't it? The go-to explanation. Unfortunately, as I said, I'm a Windows bitch. I don't have the luxury of just dropping everything and going to another operating system. Too many things I have would die and not be very good, and I don't want to do that. Windows 10 on top, yeah, so far, but we'll see. You don't even go into a city? Good. Windows 11's ass, yeah. Windows 10 was ass compared to 7. No fixing it, really. Pretend to be European and get 1 extra year for free. Wow. They're giving you guys an extra year? What the fuck? Why? How come y'all get an extra year? What did you get? What did you do to deserve an extra year of Windows 10, huh? Why are they being all nice to you, huh? Need to take a bath? Okay. Weird thing to state in chat, but alright. Take care, Top Hat. I think Windows 10 support ends on the 14th, but it should still work for a few years. Yeah, but they're trying to make it to where you don't have a choice. You have to upgrade now. We demand you upgrade. Like, they're not going to give you the option of just hanging out, you know? They're going to make you move along. Like that one Combine soldier in Half-Life 2 where you come around the corner and he goes, pick up that can. And if you don't pick up the can, he beats you senseless. And that's Windows 10 / Windows 11 / Microsoft. Windows 11 is the beating, Windows 10 is the can, and Microsoft is the soldier, I guess. I don't know. Something like that. I miss 7. I do too. I do too. Windows, I don't. I'm sure it does require a Microsoft account or whatever. Like, realistically, yes, of course they're going to make you get a Minecraft, a Microsoft account. There's no way they're going to let you do it without one. Save everything on a hard drive and put it back to your computer after Linux. I don't have a spare hard drive to do that with. I think Windows 10 support ends on the 14th. I've used Windows 11. Never had a problem with it. Well, that's nice. I just know that Windows 10 has worked well enough for me. I don't need to fuck with a completely different operating system. And I guarantee you there are some changes that I'm not expecting or not aware of that would throw me for a loop. We'll see. I started on DOS in 3.1. Damn. I bet you don't miss those. Where Microsoft put out an update and spontaneously bricked all the PCs temporarily because of CrowdStrike. Damn. I remember that. Ugh, what a day. CrowdStrike was a hell of a day. Windows 11 in a virtual machine compared to Windows 10. In a virtual machine, it seemed overall slower. Otherwise, it looked good and modern. Okay. We shall see then, but I'm not updating or anything like that. No matter what kind of offer they make me that I cannot refuse, I shall find a way to refuse it. Ain't no Mafia-esque software tactics gonna get one over on me. I think all the mafiosos moved into the tech sphere. And I think that because they fucking act like it. Okay. Windows 11 came with your PC, so you never had the chance. Yeah, I'm aware of how that's going to be. Never heard somebody drill the idea that we were fucked so eloquently. Thank you, Preston. That's why you have auto updates off. Okay. Well, good evening. What are we doing today, Mood? Well, welcome, Mood Zayas. We are putting our glasses on. Nothing will go wrong. Although I think the lyrics to the original song were nothing will be wrong, but sure. Nothing will be wrong. That is a Berserk reference. If you get that reference, you are goated. If you understand how that's a Berserk reference, then I tip my hat to you. My non-existent fedora. The fedora on my heart, not on my head. But if you don't get that reference, I'm terribly sorry. You should probably go watch the Berserk 97 anime. And then you should probably read Berserk. Because, I mean, you're in the hell of it there. It's going to be abused as a sort of free cam to check buildings. Alt scroll. Oh, that's how you do it. Alt scroll. Okay. Ooh, holy hell. Holy hell, that's... Wow, you can go way out there. Way beyond the render distance. Holy crap, that's cool. Thank you, Enderkill. Holy shit, that's cool. Oh my god, that's even better than free cam. This is so well made. Dude, you should have said something sooner. So if I go in the dead center, like at Y level 64 in the dead center of the central tower, I'll probably be able to make a killer fucking like swoop flyby view. Yeah, holy shit, this is good. Why doesn't Future have this? Like, yeah, it's purely visual, and it probably took 5 minutes to assemble at most, but still. Why the fuck not? That is so awesome. It gives a whole new perspective to the whole base. Oh my god, that's so cool! It's not just free cam. That's like orbital space station level view or whatever. I don't even have the understanding to describe it. What the fuck? How did you do that? It's a mod written by Enderkill. Enderkill gave it to me, and yeah, he's in the stream chat too. Like, Jesus Christ, that's so cool. Send it now? I can't. I'm sorry. If Enderkill wants to make that part a standalone mod and then publish it on Modrineth or wherever, You want it? I mean, there's you know, there's a lot of demand for this Enderkill. You could make some cool stuff, man. No clue how Future even does it. Just thought it would be logical to have. Had this for years by myself. I ignored this. Okay. Oh, well, okay. Ignore this. That's an anti-spam measure. I see. Stupid anti-spam. I hate that. But still, yeah, I get what you mean. Are you only streaming on YouTube? Yes. I don't stream on anywhere else. There's no point. I want Twitch to die anyway. I want Amazon to pull the plug and go, Twitch, you suck. Die. Because so many people would cry like fucking children. It would be great. And then maybe YouTube would get better on the streaming front. On the topic of anime, have you heard about the new popular one called Gachi Akuta? Gachi Akuta. No. How new is it? Like, has it just started airing? I haven't heard about it specifically. Read the manga when the first chapter came out, Fern. Read it for a few months and got bored. Well, I hate to say this, reading manga weekly is not very fun. Most of those manga, like, have glacial pacing. It feels bad to kind of, like, be strung along from week to week to week. That's really kind of just the pace and the schedule they've set for themselves. Like, I'm assuming that's a Shonen Jump title. If it's weekly, it's usually Shonen Jump. That's, in my opinion, that's really not the way to do manga. Monthly manga is way better because you've got time to kind of breathe. The story can kind of feel fleshed out and less cumbered by the pacing. I don't know how Araki did JoJo for decades as a weekly manga, but he's the GOAT, man. It's just how it is. Some people are amazing, and some people have to take a step back and go, holy shit, I can't do this. I know I would be one of them. There's no way in hell I'd be able to do a weekly pace like that. I remember hearing Dragon Ball creator Akira Toriyama got 4 or 5 hours of sleep a night for years and years and years and years. And it's a wonder the man didn't live to his 80s. Like, I feel so bad for him. Akira Toriyama was amazing, but, like, you can't get 4 and 5 hours of sleep a night for the majority of your adult life and have that not impact your health in some way. Not Shonen Jump. Araki is a holy being. Yeah, I know. It wasn't. It's Kodansha. Okay. That's still pretty impressive. How old was Akira Toriyama? Did he make it to the late 70s? I don't remember how old he was. He died when 2B2T updated. Or just shortly after it. He was only 68. He didn't even make it to his 70s. Holy shit. My father is older than him. Or was. I mean, he's 71, 72 now. But still. Oh my god. Yeah, the man didn't even make it to his 70s and he spontaneously died. Just, you know, health causes and stuff. Like, yeah, you don't get 4 and 5 hours of sleep a night for, again, the majority of your adult life without there being some negative repercussions for your health. Like, I have no doubt being a Shonen Jump author killed him or contributed heavily. Not health cause, he died while saving someone from drowning. No, he did not. Really? Are you confusing him for let me read the wiki article. Wikipedia is probably hopefully it has it listed. Personal life and death. No, it was an acute subdural hematoma. I thought so. No, you're thinking of Kazuki Takahashi. Kazuki Takahashi is the Yu-Gi-Oh creator. Yeah, he's the one who died drowning trying to save somebody's life. Yes. Okay. I was like, wait a minute, that sounds too familiar to be Akira Toriyama. You're thinking of, yeah, it was Kazuki Takahashi. Yeah, that was genuinely sad. He got sucked into a riptide current, I believe. Which just goes to show, you know, you really have to be careful where you go swimming. Although, in this case, it wasn't him specifically, it was somebody else who got caught in riptide. And then he died drowning, or by drowning, in the same riptide. You know, because it's a fucking riptide. Those are not to be underestimated. And yeah, that was just... Yeah, it was the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh! That's okay, yeah. But yeah, acute subdural hematoma. Wow. He was undergoing surgery or about to for a brain tumor in February of last year. Yeah, wow. Jeez. Yeah. Subdural hematoma. It's a type of bleeding that causes a collection of blood that pools in the brain. Usually it's associated with traumatic brain injury. Gathers between the inner layer of the dura mater and the arachnoid matter of the meninges surrounding your brain. Usually it's a result from ripping in the bridge veins, or a rip in the bridge veins that cross the subdural space. Wow. Causes a buildup of pressure, which can in turn cause compression and damage of the brain. Yowza. It's often life-threatening, right? Jeez. So it sounds like he also had a form of cancer of some kind. Again, I would not be shocked if there could be some medically linkable thing between him being a weekly Shonen Jump author and getting 4 to 5 hours of sleep a night for decades and decades, and that contributing to his condition. Would not surprise me in the slightest. Jesus. Mini mangaka who died on the desk. Ooh. Yeah. Speaking of Berserk, Berserk's own author Kentaro Miura also died, though his was a sudden aortic dissection. So that's where the aortic artery just suddenly came unplugged, and that was the end of it. It killed him so quickly. Poor guy. Yeah. I wouldn't be shocked if a lot of people with, like, really high talent and skill for this, they end up pushing themselves way, way, way too hard, and it just kills them. Slowly. But yeah, and then suddenly, bam, it happens one day in their mid to late 60s, late 50s, early 60s. Kentaro Miura didn't even make it to his 60s. Like, ugh. So sad. It just goes to show you got to get a good amount of sleep. Got to take care of yourself. You got to be careful. In the case of Kazuki Takahashi, like that's just unfortunate. And yet Hirohiko Araki is like as young as the day he began doing JoJo. It's so strange. We always joked years and years ago that Araki was like immortal, or at least preternaturally young, way beyond what's normal. He's younger looking than he should be. It's crazy. He made it with Berserk reach completion no matter what. Good. Good. I'm so glad they were able to. And speaking of Berserk, I'm looking forward to the next chapter of Berserk to see if I made a prediction on somebody's YouTube channel in the comments regarding what the next few steps of Berserk would be, or the next few stages of the Berserk manga would be. I'm looking forward to that to see if my prediction's gonna come true or not. It's slowly beginning to look kind of like I might have been onto something. Okay. We shall see. Araki's a vampire. I mean, if you were an immortal vampire, what would you do for the untold centuries that you would live for? Right? Like, yeah, absolutely he's a vampire and a mangaka. And a damn good one at that. Like, how else would you pass the time? Focus on, improving your skills as an artist. You'd focus on storytelling. You might even whip a lot of your own personal experience, because of course if you're a centuries-old vampire, hell yeah, you have a plethora of storytelling elements to pull from, like personal history and so on. Like, yeah, absolutely. If I'm a vampire or a many centuries old whatever, even if I'm not a vampire specifically, but if I'm many centuries old, oh, you better believe I'm drawing and writing and whatevering bits of my history into my story or two. Yeah, absolutely. That would be, I'd be foolish not to do that, At least in the case of somebody like Araki, he'd be, I would be alright with him being a vampire if that ended up being true. He got told by the Vampire High Council to knock that vampire shit off after part 2. Or part 3, or it was part 3, yeah. Yeah, we've not really seen vampires since part 3, have we? Yeah, he got told to knock that shit off by the Vampire High Council. And Araki was like, alright, I guess. Stop talking about vampires. You're making people think about us too much. We're supposed to be creatures of the night. We're supposed to be mysterious. You can't give away all our secrets in manga form. Wouldn't that be funny if some element of that were true? Truth is stranger than fiction, as they say. The author of Golgo 13 published his manga from 68 to 2021. Holy hell, is he the longest running author ever? Golgo 13. I've heard about Golgo 13 over the years. I just never really paid enough attention to it. I had no idea it had been that long of a publishing regimen. I don't know how you put it. I had no idea he'd be going for so long. Jeez. It's crazy. 68 to 2021. Longest. Yeah, it has to be the longest, right? There's no way in hell it can't be. Jeez. Yeah, died by drowning trying to save someone from drowning. It's absolutely tragic. Well, hey. Life is full of such tragedies, and you just have to kind of roll with the punches. Roll with it, baby. You gotta roll with it, baby. Good song, by the way. Roll With It, Baby by Steve Winwood. I'm going. Let's see, what is trending on Twitter right now? Some government shutdown stuff. Terror attack in Manchester. Fashion Week. Nothing interesting is happening out in the bigger bad world. The badder, bigger world. Which is probably good. We don't really want happenings if we can avoid them. Hey, Jerry Fat Dabs, what's good? I'm doing alright. You? I am throwing together this base on 2 builders, 2 tools. Slowly but surely, we're getting it there. Oh, it's placing all the way over there. Shit. That's so cool. Purple, magenta. Here we go. All right, good enough for right at the moment. I love this printer so much. Holy shit. Okay, so before I end stream, which I'm not going to have very much longer, probably till 2 something. I want to go to the central pillar and make a sort of flyby, if you will, using that zoom out third-person mode. What are my thoughts on EA being bought by Saudi Arabia? Yeah, I heard about that. It's strange. Why do they care to buy EA? That's something my mother and I were talking about the other day. She's a huge Sims fan and has been since the game, you know, first came out in 2000. And so she's always loved The Sims. And I just thought, I first heard about it from some guy ranting about it on Twitter. And I was like, well, that's weird. Why is a group from Saudi Arabia buying the fucking Sims? Or rather, EA. And as a result, you know, The Sims, Madden, whatever else EA's published. EA has too many things that they made. Too many different things to keep track of. But why? Right? Why? What is their goal? What are they going to do? What is the value in them buying up EA? Are they going to shutter it? Mothball it? Sell it for parts? What's the deal here? Like, here in the South, I don't know if this is a popular, like, it was popular in the South, this group. It's called Joanne Fabrics. It's just a hobby store. Sort of like Hobby Lobby. Joanne Fabrics, a few years ago, got bought up by a Saudi something or other interest group. And they sold it for parts and shut the whole place down. And they liquidated everything and they got rid of it all. And so Joanne Fabrics bit the dust. They were filing for bankruptcy anyway. They weren't doing too hot post-COVID. And yeah, they got cannibalized by this Saudi group. And they made buku bucks off of basically disassembling an entire whatever. And so we gotta wonder, are they gonna do the same to The Sims and to all these other big, you know, I'm not even sure how many franchises EA has under its belt. It has a lot. But that's my point. Like, what are they gonna do with this? Are they gonna develop them and be like, okay, EA sucks. We want to do better. We can do better. We can, you know, we can make things better. Sorry you all have had to put up with EA for so long. Like, we're going to just make stuff better, guys. Or are they going to, you know, break it down for money, kill it, cannibalize it, whatever, and just be like, fuck it. Who cares? Like, I don't know. I have no idea where things are even headed at this point. It's so strange. They're trying to westernize their media. Sure. I guess. I mean, it's as good of a theory as any. And I get that. I recall the newest Saudi crown prince is like allowing women to drive for the first time ever. Or was a few years ago allowing women to drive for the first time ever in Saudi Arabia. So that is kind of in line with what you're saying, westernizing their shit. Makes sense, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. It's all so unexpected. Whoops. That's purple glass, magenta. 5, 6. I wish I could tell you. I really do. Like getting kicked out of Dota 2 live chats whenever they bring up human rights abuse, whenever a tournament is in Riyadh. It's like they really like getting into video games. Oh, so you think they're going to like start throwing their weight around to gain control of the narrative and cover up any human rights abuses they may be, you know, culpable for. I see. Yeah, that would make sense. They would definitely want to cover up their warts, so to speak. I could see them wanting that. That is a very tempting thing to try and do. I know this. The Saudis apparently love their video games. And to be fair, if you were a Saudi oil prince, yeah, you probably would too. I mean, what the hell else are they going to do? Islamic shit all day long? Like, that would get boring after a time. You know, you got to have time for recreation and fun and stuff. Like, and if you're a Saudi oil baron or whatever, like, yeah, throw your money into the video game industry. Why not? I mean, I would do that. We see the finale of Farlands. Oh yeah, Farlands or Bust is coming to an end. I forgot about that. I might just, you know. The sad part is Kurt J. Max streams on Twitch, and I hate Twitch. And I don't like firing Twitch up to watch a stream. But I don't know. This is such a monumental thing. I might do it. A red letter day. Third world countries. You see the Taliban cut off Afghanistan's internet for just a few days. Ooh. That's fucky. Threw it into the fixed GPT ghost items mod because I couldn't be bothered to make another mod, and Redscope asked me. Okay. Sure. I'll release it in my Discord. Okay. Yeah, it's a fix for the ghost item bullshit you get on 2B2T, and it will have the scroll out thing. The third person scroll out. Existential scroll. Yeah. Okay. I'll release this mod on my Discord. Oh, holy shit. I scrolled too far. I scrolled too close to the sun. Wow. Holy crap, that's mean. Oh, you can just straight up do it. Okay, so this is the default in first person, and then you can zoom in to an absurd degree. So if you want to use the looking glass here, I can't even tell where I am. Wow, I'm so lost in the sauce of that sea lantern texture, I can't fucking look anywhere else. Microscopic view, holy hell. That's so cool, Enderkill, thank you. October the 4th, yeah, that's this Saturday, that's right. I did see the most recent Farlands or Bust episode that he released yesterday. Because I was like, oh my god, I haven't had a Farlands or Bust episode recommended to me in ages. Bro, there's no way Enderkill sent me the mod on Discord already? How? I don't know. He's that quick? I mean, it's not like it's difficult to add code from one thing to another. You just copy paste, right? And then you just compile it, and that's the end of it. Mod A and mod B rolled into one shouldn't technically interfere with each other, so... Yeah, I don't know. Can't be that bad. That's basically how task hacks work. Okay. Well, that's neat. Okay, did I get all the magenta glass on this wing? Looks like I have. Now I just need to do this. Fuck. Whoa! What is happening? Oh, ping spike, no wonder. Okay, well, it is getting later and later. Sorry for the late start and everything. We're probably going to wrap up here. No clue if it works, though. I didn't test run it. Oh, whoops. Well, what you see is what you get, guys. Y'all have a good night. I will... Oh, whoa. Sorry. That's right. I said I would do the thing. So before my internet fucks me over in some unfortunate way, let me get into position. If I recall, I made the central pillar, like right here is roughly Y64. Or no, it's actually probably down here. Yeah. Okay. So we'll slowly begin our ascent outward. Kind of pan around here like so. Oh, let me turn on the camera smoothing. Yeah, camera smoothing. Oh, that's sexy. Get a load of that hot Space Valk 3. I can remember the very first time I looked down. Or sorry, I was not looked down, but the very first time I was flying down here in free cam, way back at the original Space Valk 3 in 2017, and I looked up in free cam, and I just looked up at how towering everything was, at how amazing it looked. I may have to release a video of this. Okay. Oh, yeah, there's all the sniffers. Back out a bit. There's Space Pearl playing on his bongo drums. His note blocks. I've still got to find a place to make that note block sphere, Ender. I've just not figured it out yet. Okay, so in third person, down is up and up is down. When you're third person perspective in front of yourself. Oh wow, this is so cool. This is so good. Does it work with shaders? Of course. I just haven't tested that, but I have no doubt that it does. Holy shit. The eyeball effect of that, the top part of Space Valk 3's central pillar. Yeah, that eyeball effect is so cool. Yeah, let's get a good underside shot. I don't think anybody's really paid much attention to the underside. Not as much as maybe we should have. We need about the end islands underneath. We're gonna mine and or blow them up. I don't know. That'll probably be some of the last things we do. Just because, like... It's in the way, obviously. But we gotta do something about it. Oh wow, we get to like pan around the whole city. Oh, this is so cool. Whoa. I can see entities, I believe. I think those are people? I don't know. Stuff that would be in render distance, but not like... So if I do that, okay, I'm fixed. Oh, if I change positions, it just auto resets. Okay. Where were we? Okay, this is like the farthest out I can go without it like cutting render distance stuff. I think we want to be in one tick farther. I think you can see my nameplate. I think I can also see Enderkill and Space Pearl, but it's hard to say. That's so cool. You can only see, it's like a disc spinning, like an actual CD. Like, whoops. Okay, I'm totally disoriented. Discombobulated. Can I go out one tick farther? Yes, but it like cuts it mostly. Yeah, it's like a CD, an optical disc. Okay, now let's do the thing everybody wants to see. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, let it all load in. There we go. Yeah, that's getting it. How long have we been building this? About 2 months. It's so awesome, I know. Thank you. It looks cool, doesn't it, Himes? Fire. There we go. Now we can kind of see underneath. Okay. If I look straight down, everything will gradually load in. And if I look straight up, there we go. That, I mean, it's weird that there's like a camera angle at which everything just vanishes. I don't know why it would do that. And then it like all pops back in for some reason. I don't feel like it should do it that way, but whatever. Holy crap. Keeping my view at a certain Y level is not easy. Or not a Y level, a certain pitch. I wish this band of like disappearance would stop. There we go. If I zoom in closer, it stops doing it. Oh my god, the city's so good looking. Normally, when you move across the city, you can only go as fast as a firework will carry you. So you go like at a snail's pace like this. But then I can do this. I can just zoom around like it's on a turntable. You know, I can circumnavigate Space Valk 3 visually inside 2 seconds. You can't get that fast on 2B2T. The chunks won't load that quick. It's like a spinning top in a way. Holy hell, that's so cool. Just think of how much more beautiful it'll be when it's done. Oh my god. How many blocks across? It's 1,075 from one end to another. It's an art piece, thank you. I worked hard on it all those years ago. I'm hard, holy shit. I don't think you gotta get that hard, sure. I should make posters of it and sell them as merch. Maybe. I'm gonna make some screenshots, however. Because I don't really get an angle like this all that often. Oh, good. That weird... No, wait, never mind. That band of stuff not rendering is still there. The disappearing is probably fog or sodium culling. It's probably sodium culling. That sounds familiar. I don't have it like that with Distant Horizons and no fog, but sometimes it goes dark on you when you're far out. Okay. How far out can I realistically get? I mean, I can go, like, absurdly far, right? I can go so far I don't even know where the fuck I am. And then we can just reset it very easily. God, this is so good. All right, at this level, whoa, it's so sensitive. Okay, at this Y level, try to not clip through any building. Damn it. Challenge level very difficult. Ooh, what's this? Wait, I've not actually seen whatever odd machine that is. Is that like a TNT flinger or something? Yeah, whatever. Oh wow, the insides of the simulator. This was gonna be a I was gonna make a simulation. Oh fucking hell, this is so difficult to control. Control mouse. Yawn. I didn't even know that was a thing. Sensitivity level yawn. I had no idea. That was awesome. Okay, anyway, the simulator. If I could take the mouse inside. Yeah, I was going to make a simulation of Thwomp's Fortress from Super Mario 64 in there. I may still do that, in all honesty. Alright, let's put it back to where it was. Yawn is not good. There we go. Wow. Oh my god. Dude, this is so awesome! Who knew that one simple fix, just one simple alteration could do so much? You use a mod called Fabris Shot for high-res screenshots. Okay. Cool. There's no limit for zooming in and out. However, if you zoom out far enough with shaders, they will just error. Okay. Man, it'd be cool to see this in person on Tubi, but I know it would compromise the base. That's fine. You'll get the chance to tour a world download eventually. Dance, Space Valk 3, dance! Such a good tune. Y'all have a good night.